So to give us the lowdown on how to advance Australian manufacturing through technology and innovation, please give a huge CSIRO welcome to Christian Ruberg.
Right, good afternoon everyone, and thanks very much for your time. So first of all, let me acknowledge the traditional owners where we are here, and also where my office is, the original innovators here in Australia. And I think this is one of the key strengths of Australia globally, is our diversity and the ability to innovate. I'll skip past that. So what I'd like to talk about today are a bit about the innovation process here in Australia, and also the sort of technology opportunities. By way of an example, we had a team of young metallurgists that thought they could do something with robotics and advanced sensing and automated welding. And so they threw together, this was a few years ago, they threw together a proof of concept, a small robot sensing, and it's amazing how from little things, big things grow, and how quickly innovative people, engineers that we have, can start thinking about technology that will repair some of our largest processing equipment. These are machines that wear out in the field, and could they be repaired in the field with intelligent robotics? And the answer is yes. I'll come back to that. Now, thanks very much for the introduction with CSIRO. It's really, as big as we are, we're like 4,000 employees or something, and it's an incredible organisation. But in this manufacturing space, we've really got to decide where can we compete. The world is competing in this area, and it's tricky. And a few of the platform areas that we've been working are the kind of industrial I/O space, areas like preserving privacy when using cameras to monitor the movement of resources and people, and also looking at the kind of the fault tolerance, the trusted data networks. We also have expertise in additive manufacturing, advanced sensing, the industrial robotics type technologies. We've got some solutions there. And then finally, this really growing, interesting area of AI. My goodness. AI for design is an area that a team in CSIRO have been developing, and we're starting to sort of get some runs on the board, and I think this is a really exciting area. I've stolen a slide here from the Advanced Manufacturing Growth Centre. When we talk about manufacturing, everyone's sort of thinking about the plant and people walking around putting things together, but really it's much broader than that. If you're lucky enough to work in that whole supply chain of innovation, that's fantastic. But each of these areas are their own little universe. And we really shouldn't forget the R&D, the design side, the customer and market discovery. Then you work through the actual putting the products together, and that could be done here or overseas, and we might assemble here. And then you work to relationships with our customers, and the whole area of making our products more intelligent and creating additional value. So innovation and manufacturing in this modern world is getting more sophisticated and really exciting. When we look at innovation, there's yes, I'm sort of thinking about technology innovation, but there's just so many opportunities for innovation right through the whole organisation, and this these kind of types of innovation, starting with really rethinking the profit models. Where are we getting? So rather than activity, where's the profit being generated? Are we part of a network of companies that are collaborating? What's the appropriate structure that we might want? So there's all these different areas, and I don't want to sort of overly complicate things. And as David Tudor said, if you're just basically thinking about these things, that's already a huge part of it. And it's just starting to pull together strategy, and it's tricky. This is a challenging area, but there's a lot of opportunities, and in Australia, there's a lot of opportunities. I was looking at Bureau of Stats, looking at what kind of capabilities are required in innovation, technology innovation and manufacturing, and it's just interesting that you can see that the business management skills are so important You've got ICT technologies. You need engineers, you need mathematicians, marketing. But I guess technologists now need to be multi-talented, multitasking. And so all these different elements, they all interact, and it's to kind of effectively develop new products and be competitive. It's kind of getting all these things meshing together. So it's like a football team, and it's just interesting what diversity of capabilities that companies need to kind of pull together. This is just an interesting slide. I thought it's a bit hard to read, so there'll be printouts or you'll be able to have a look at. Basically, it's analysing Bureau of Stats characteristics of Australian businesses, very small companies, SMEs, growing progressively to large organisations. And when you're looking at technology innovation, the benefits can drive new products and new revenue streams, and that's the most significant with the smaller companies. So the SMEs, as David Tudor said this morning, the SMEs are really a driver. They are the most innovative companies in Australia. I must admit I'm a bit disappointed down at the really big organisations that they're driving their assets, but are they innovating for new revenue streams? Maybe not. But on the other side, we've got innovation being used to reduce costs. And here again, the table's a bit turned. The smaller companies are not looking at costs, they're looking at revenue and opportunity. But now the bigger companies, they're wanting to drive their capital assets and really squeeze every ounce of performance and optimisation. So I just thought that was interesting, and I just wish the bigger organisations would be more involved. Now the benefits and barriers of innovation. Again, sorry, apologies, a bit hard to read. I'll just magnify this. Again, it's Bureau of Stats. But looking at what are the benefits of innovation? And the big ones are improved customer service. We're working with customers. It's revenue, it's productivity, it's getting a competitive edge. But the barriers that we're all familiar with: insufficient funds, not enough time, no expected benefits, unable to find suitable collaboration. I sort of think these are excuses. If you've got a good idea and it's part of your strategy, you overcome all those things. I thought this was really interesting. This is a bit of some stats from the OECD about collaboration. And I would have thought Australians are really good collaborators, but I was really shocked. We're at the very bottom of the list. And I just think that maybe it's our culture of independence and I don't know, I think this is an opportunity and everybody's talking about collaboration and how do we drive that. And I think to drive ourselves up this curve is going to be really easy, and I think that's going to give us measurable improvements to our innovation. I'm personally involved in a number of peak industry bodies. They're always struggling to find members, and it's trying to get people involved. The IoT Alliance, it's a great organisation, strategic. They're getting thought leaders together. I find it's really valuable being part of that. The Robotics Australia group are working to sort of get our SME autonomous service robotics industry fired up. I'm trying hard with Engineers Australia. I have a seat on one of the advanced manufacturing committees with Standards Australia. I noticed the AI group are moving from kind of industrial relations into innovation, so good on them. And I just think engagement with these peak industry bodies is really important, and you get mutual benefits from it. I thought I'd look at kind of learned societies, and again, I was just shocked. There are so many associations, and they're all struggling for members and for engagement. But I just think the whole area of collaboration, talking to people, networking, this event, fantastic to do this. But I think we can do more. Okay, now moving into the technologies. I think all the easy innovation has been done, whatever it is, Industry 3, the pick and place and palletising robots. We're now moving into kind of more sophisticated technologies which require many different disciplines. And I think the advantage is that if you can develop a complex product it's harder for someone to compete with you. You can develop a niche, and once you manage to put together these kind of disciplines, I think just things snowball. You get better at it, and there are plenty of companies in Australia that produce a really advanced product. And I've been trying to find some stats here. We used to call it elaborately transformed manufacturers, but I cannot find any statistics around who are all these companies, what kind of products are they making, how can we possibly collaborate with them, how could these companies work together and create syndicates and come up with even better products. So I'm struggling, we don't seem to have the data in this area. This goes back to this automated welding solution, and so the kind of technologies that had to be woven together is advanced sensing, there's automated robotic toolpath G-code programming, there's vision integration of multiple sensors and vision systems, and then it's managing the uncertainty of all these sensors and machine learning, and all these things go together to make a really cracker solution, which we hope to demonstrate in the next short while. So, looking at technologies that are going to provide a competitive advantage. I think AI is a really exciting, but it's a tricky area again. So we've at CSIRO we've had a team thinking about this, and one area that's sort of showing promise is in the flow chemistry area. So this kind of technology platform is all about complex products that require computational modelling, and can AI be used to develop novel designs? Can it be used to optimise? And we think it can. And the starting point were these catalytic structures. So it's essentially a flow chemistry is where you've got reagents that are being brought into a reaction zone. You need the right amount of mixing, you might need surface contact with a catalyst, you might need to introduce shear to get the reaction to perform. All these things can be modelled and optimised, and so we're working on a kind of a first cut framework that starts in flow chemistry, but we can see so many other products that need thermal optimisation, plasma components, optimal laying of carbon fibre. I just think this is a huge opportunity, and watch this space. That structure is an air capture catalyst, so basically drawing CO2 out of the atmosphere. So it's sort of a really exciting area. Okay, and here we go with AI. In my career, I've had the benefit of seeing many waves of technology come through, and I see it like being a surfer. You can see the waves coming through. The opportunists will be paddling hard to get on that first wave, but there will be savvy investors that will wait for the first wave to go past, and then it comes as a set. There are several waves that are going to come. And when I look at I literally saw on graduation the first IBM PC. I thought, hello, this is going to be interesting. It cost me a small car to buy my first computer. Then advanced object-orientated programming came in, the World Wide Web, the internet, the power of an iPhone device in your hand. Then spot the Boston Dynamics. I thought, okay, here come autonomous technologies, and it's just a wave that's coming, and that was just the first wave. And now we're seeing this GPT-4 and the graphic processing units. And so my view is almost drop everything and book yourself into a Query Engineering 101 course to understand this. But just a quick story. That I was looking at what are the why is Australia's innovation system? What are the strengths of our innovation system? Type that into GPT-4. Got an incredible answer, 8 dot points. Wow, this is really incredible. And then a colleague of mine substituted Papua New Guinea for Australia, and it gave you almost the same answer. So this magical tool kind of got me nowhere, and I've been swindled. So I think it's going to be big, but it's really I'm just not convinced yet where this is going, but it's gonna make a big impact. And so AI, it can be used for decision support. It can be generative. So if you're starting to think about a complex design, you might take inspiration from plants, biomimicry. You can seed the algorithm, and it can come up with all sorts of weird and wonderful structures, some of which you can print, some of which you can't print. But anyway, it really opens up the opportunities that your products could have to outcompete the competitors. And then also AI for optimization. So once you've got a kind of a design, how do you tweak it? Basically run the algorithm, the modelling, the digital twin, run that several times, and with a kind of a Bayesian optimization, try and find where's the most optimal product. And again, I think this can build our global competitiveness. We can be good at this. Second competitive advantage is, I think it's the whole area of advanced sensing. Yes, we've had computer vision for a long time, but I think integrating multiple cameras at different scales, you might be in shipbuilding, and to be able to measure and bring together large components in building and construction, or down into manufacturing. I think this whole area has still great opportunities, and the algorithms are coming together. And this is an area that CSIRO is putting in a bit of effort. It's really, we'd love to have a platform of algorithms that can assist innovators to really develop these solutions more quickly. The first time you do it is really difficult, but if we have some tools and I guess creating an innovation ecosystem so that people can talk to each other and innovate and get some kind of tips from people that have been there before. So it's kind of creating these platform tools. And this part of that, we've sort of called Rosella. ROS is a robotic operating system. It's a set of tools that came out of Stanford University. Again, it was to simplify robot programming and to just make it easier on our engineers and scientists to kind of pull these things together. And so you've got sensing, you've got robotics applied to whatever your unique demand is. And a system that we're looking at is just large industrial machines that have wear and tear. And could we get some robots to basically fully automatically scan, recognise the area that's out of specification, and then go right ahead and reconstructively weld, and that's quite well advanced. And that applies to remote defence assets and mining, and again, it kind of plays to our strengths. Third competitive advantage, I think, is just more intelligent products that are interoperable and can communicate. CSIRO has expertise in secure networks, and again, this whole area of making products more intelligent, or at least sensing, feeding information up to the cloud, using a machine learning algorithm, and that provides benefits on how to use the asset better maintenance, etc., etc. So I think it's really up to our imagination how we introduce intelligence into our products and really change the business models that we use. It's not just making things, but it's creating additional services. And again, it's CSIRO's role again is to provide the kind of tools that allow innovators to create these products. So, in conclusion, I'm a bit early. I might give you a few minutes back early. People have seen this graph before. Our economic complexity kind of falling. I was at a talk this morning. A demographer said, "Look, don't worry. Australia is in a great situation. We can only go up." So I think you use these kind of stats. I don't know exactly how Harvard kind of got this. I think we have a modern well-articulated economy. We've got huge capability in universities, graduates, engineers, scientists. We've all the tools are there, so this is manageable. Our growth rate is falling again. These are not good trends, and they have to be turned around. And productivity, is it the use of automation? Is it our collaboration and innovation? Anyway, it's a falling trend, and now everybody recognises this. And luckily, the manufacturing sector is a high investor in innovation and technology, and so we should be well placed. Interestingly, in terms of workforce shortage, Germany is a little bit ahead of us. They're good innovators, but they also are facing the same challenges that we have. So I think our collaboration is not just domestic; it's really working with the Scandinavians, the Germans, and how can we learn off each other? And we've got some serious challenges coming up, and how do we address them? Okay, I'm done. So again, CSIRO, we're working in a whole bunch of areas. It's all about trying to understand where we can be competitive and come up with real innovation solutions, which we're working very hard at. Everybody knows this. We're a mission. We've got a bunch of missions. So we work at the Horizon 3, which is future science platforms. Horizon 2 and Horizon 1 are related to these missions, where we really try and pull our technologies and our networks together to solve problems. And I invite anybody who wants to innovate in technologies, make yourself known to us. We've got literally hundreds of science teams working in all sorts of areas, and if we can't help you directly, we will have networks that can assist. And let's have a conversation. Work with us. So, thank you very much.